rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rocker at Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the premier Knicks and the Nighttime show, the Knicks and Night podcast. Salute to everyone watching us on X. Salute to everyone watching us on YouTube. Thank you for rocking with us as we continue to grow the Lawrence Tears family, as we continue to grow this Knicks fandom, right? The Knicks beat the Washington Wizards tonight by a score of 119-102. This was a scrappy Washington Wizards team, man. This team right here, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Miguel P in the building, salute. Miguel P in the building. Miguel P, somebody left a super chat the other night, and I didn't get a chance to read it. Was it you that left a super chat? I think it was Miguel P or somebody. Somebody left a super chat the other day, and I didn't get a chance to read it because so much stuff was going on. And so, man, I forgot to read it on screen. So if it was whoever it was, man, I apologize. Man. Yeah, man. Somebody did. And I didn't get a chance to get to it, and I apologize. This Washington Wizards team, though, man. This Washington Wizards team is really good, really good. Mets is in the building. Salute. This Washington Wizards team has a lot of potential. They tested us early with basic basketball fundamentals. They defended Jalen Brunson with two very long athletic defenders. I think they are probably a real point guard away from being last year's Detroit Pistons, except better, because they have defenders everywhere and they have shooters everywhere, right? This team legitimately played us. It felt like they were a 7 seed playing against a 2 seed. That's what it felt like to me. I felt like every time we subbed, if it wasn't for Jordan Clarkson, I felt like this game would have been a lot closer, right? Because they hung in there for a long time to be a lottery team. See, a lottery team would have hung around till about halftime, and then we'd have went up by 40, but this team looked like they want to win. This team gives me the vibe that they want to win right away. And I'm proud of the Knicks and their effort, because I do understand, while I'm giving a heaping dose of praise to the Washington Wizards, the veterans on the Knicks deserve a bigger heaping scoop of praise than these Washington Wizards. While I won't say Gershon Yabusele turned the corner, I will say Gershon Yabusele looked a lot better tonight. So Gershon Yabusele looked good tonight. Landry Shamet and his veteran presence is starting to shine through on this team. But I can't bid adieu to the bench or give credit to the bench without giving a big or giving praise to Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson, to me, looks like a guy that is starting to turn the corner, right? I don't think he's turned the corner. I think he looks like the guy that maybe we've been looking for, and he just needed a few games to warm up. So we're through 7 games. Through 7 games, we're 4-3? 4-3 through 7 games? Let me double check to be sure. Yeah, so the Knicks are 4-3 through 7 games. And you can kind of see what Mike Brown wants these guys to do. While Jalen Brunson didn't have the best shooting performance tonight, things happen, right? Things happen. It's better that he has a shooting night like tonight against a scrappy upstart than have this game in a game that we needed. Every Knicks starter is going to have clunkers during the season. Brunson's going to have about 5 or 6 clunkers. Cat's going to have 10, 11, 12 clunkers, right? Bridges, OG are going to have about 15, 16, 17 clunkers. And so Jalen Brunson had a clunker tonight. I'm not worried. If we needed Jalen Brunson tonight, I think he would have come through. Right. I saw a few things tonight that I kind of wish we had been seeing for a minute. So I saw a few things tonight that I wish we had been seeing for a minute, right? Randall in the building, salute. Yo, Randall hit Randall. Can you believe my Brooklyn folks was saying, can you believe my people from Brooklyn was telling me the other night that they didn't have magnets on their refrigerator? Yo, Randall, my people from Brooklyn was telling me that when they were young, like back in the 80s, they didn't have magnets on their refrigerator. I cannot believe that, bro. I can't believe. It makes me think I was born in the alternative universe, bro. I might go buy some magnets to put on my refrigerator right now. Greg Hamilton is in the building. Salute. Yo, and for all the new subscribers too, by the way, for all the new subscribers, don't be afraid to comment, man. We want y'all to comment. We want y'all to be a part of the conversation. I know y'all are viewing for sure. I know y'all are viewing, and listen, if language whatever is a barrier, I get it. Yo, Randall, what's they didn't have magnets on their refrigerator, bruh? I don't know. Jay Davis in the building, salute. But one of the things, just keep it in Knicks for a moment while I'm focused on it. Mike Brown ran a bunch of stuff, and Mike Brown has been running a bunch of stuff since about game 4. Right? Mike Brown has been running stuff since about game 4. Right? Tonight he flooded one side offensively. Right? Like tonight, there were times where I legit saw 3 guys, maybe even sometimes 4, on one side of the floor, but they wasn't just there standing around cluttering up the floor. They were there with a purpose. Like they legit were there with a purpose. Like they would start with 4 on one side. One guy would leave and evacuate. One guy would screen so that another guy can get the pick in a mismatch and then wind up being the passer. And then the other guy would slowly slide away as the shooter to create space. They did that with Deuce and a couple times. And one time Deuce stayed in the corner and Cat didn't have enough room to operate. And so he evacuated, went baseline. And another time, Cat pivoted away from Deuce and went towards the paint. Right? Now, you don't put 4 people on one side of the floor and, or you don't wind up with 4 people on one side of the floor and they all move with a purpose or intent if that wasn't some type of design. Right? I don't know if he was looking to get rub screens off of that to get somebody loose going baseline so Cat can hit them out of the pinch post area. I don't know if that was the case. So I don't really know. When I saw it, I was like, this is different. This looks like something they drew up on a whiteboard. Now, I'm not saying that it's not basic fundamental basketball. What I'm saying is it didn't look like anything that I've seen before, but you can tell there was some intent there. Because once you got them 4 guys together, nobody immediately ran and moved out of the way. It was kind of like they were waiting to run this thing. Maybe they saw something against the Wizards, and they wanted to see if they could take advantage of it. Mike Brown has me nervous a little bit still. But another thing I noticed too is when Knicks players tonight got a mismatch, they just went to the mismatch. Right? When they got the mismatch tonight, they just went to it. They were like, hey, we got the mismatch. Just go to it. Just eat. And while I like that sometimes, I don't like that all the time. The reason why I don't like that all the time is because guys that don't create mismatches, like Landry Shamet and Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, when you run that type of offense, generally OG and Bridges don't get the shots that you'd like them to get. I don't think Mikal Bridges was as involved in the offense as you'd like him to be offensively. And I don't mean taking shots, right? I don't mean taking shots. I mean involved, like screening, cutting away, 45 cut towards the rim, right? Like I didn't see that much of Bridges. And I think they were trying to work on some things, integrate some new things into the offense. I like Josh Hart when Josh Hart got there. I think Josh Hart moved with purpose and intent. right? Like, I think Josh knew what the attack plan was, and he looked to execute it. So it's like one of those. It's one of those things where, you know, it's one of those things where you're like, Mike Brown's clearly integrating some stuff in the half court. There were a few times where we just called it off, and Cat just shot over the top of the defense. I did like that. I did like how Karl-Anthony Towns pulled their rim protector away from the defense. I think this, as I think about it, this Washington Wizards team reminds me of a 2022 Oklahoma City Thunder team, or a 2021 Oklahoma City Thunder team. Like, they legit have pieces, and they're long, and they're deep, and they might be one piece away from being something. Karl-Anthony Towns tonight looked like he was focused and dominating his matchup. That's what Cat looked like tonight. Because the Washington Wizards looked like a team that saw the Knicks have 4 guys score 20 points. And so they wanted to guard everyone and see if Cat would have a bad game, and he didn't. And they made their adjustments, and they're tough. Tonight, the good guys won. Tonight, the good guys won, right? I would also say this Washington Wizards team is a team to be kind of keep on the radar. Not right now. Not right now, because they still have growing pains to experience. So not right now, maybe later on in the season, after they go through some things, they'll be dangerous later. I wouldn't want to see them as a play-in team, and it's not because I think they could beat us. I think they'll extend us. Like, every game will be hard fought and then wear us out. So by the time we eliminate them, we'll be tired. That's the reason why I wouldn't want to see them. But they exposed some things. The Washington Wizards put some things on tape, and I think it's going to be problematic for us going forward. And one of those things that I saw that I think could be problematic for us is, excuse me, y'all. One of those things I think would be problematic for us is our ball handling away from Jalen Brunson has to tighten up. It was a great win tonight. I'm not complaining. Endgame is in the building. King Ember is in the building. Jay Davis. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. I'm not complaining. What I did see, though, is OG Anunoby dribbling left is an issue. Mikal Bridges dribbling left is an issue. Deuce McBride getting by his man is an issue. Jordan Clarkson is not very strong. Jordan Clarkson doesn't play strong. Jordan Clarkson plays slithery. Jordan Clarkson plays slithery. And I think that might be how we take advantage of him. Getting Jordan Clarkson to attack the creases in a defense. Can Jordan Clarkson play off ball for us? Jordan Clarkson really impressed me tonight. And I think how we can maybe get him to be a consistent threat. Right now, mind you, we played an inexperienced Washington Wizards team. They're talented, but they're inexperienced. Right? I think how we can get Jordan Clarkson, take advantage of Jordan Clarkson, is by putting him on the floor with the knockdown three-point shooters where he can attack creases and get his shot and like he wants to. King Ribby in the building. Ribs, I've been reaching out to Lee. I don't know what's going on, bro. So this game in a nutshell, if you can say that, if you can Prezi in the building, salute, the boss is in the building. The thing about tonight's game is that the Washington Wizards defensively ran some stuff that we'll see from the contenders, like the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? Long, athletic defenders, guys that can shoot threes, athletic guys that can make shots around the rim, a 7-foot guy, a 7'1" mobile freak, right? Alexander Saw looks like he can be a Chet Holmgren type. He won't be Chet. He's a better player than Chet. Wait a minute, slow down, Uncle Freezy. He's a better shooter than Chet, right? He's a better shooter than Chet. He's not the defender that Chet is, right? But Washington showed me some things tonight that we probably need to work on. Our veteran experience, man. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I ain't even, hey, man, hey. Hey, man, but it's zero sugar. Zero sugar. And I got orange juice in the fridge. And I do have orange juice in the fridge, man, hey, listen, I'll grow up one day. I'll be an adult one day. One of these days, I'll be responsible one day, right? Augustin Richardson is in the building. Salute. Thank you for your comment. Augustin Richardson says Cat is Jekyll and Hyde, strong and tough on offense, but really soft on defense. Right. I think he's trying to save fouls, man. I think that dude's trying to keep his fouls down. Ivory 10 says orange juice is poison. Salute, Knicks fan. Hey, Ivory, listen, man, to be honest with you, I hear a lot of stuff. I don't know what to believe, really, and it's probably my fault. But I do push-ups, bro. I do push-ups. So, yeah, there it is. And I'm going to start back deadlifting, too. I stopped deadlifting for a minute because I hurt my leg a couple of years ago, and I'm just trying to play it by ear. But I'm about to start cranking it back up. I'm going to start back cranking that thing back up, man. It's sugar-free, Miguel P. And I shouldn't even have this, but I drank so many of these that I'm like, man, and there are some other ones. The seltzer waters, I drink so many of those, not seltz, I'm sorry, the sparkling waters. I drink so many of the big sparkling waters. I was like, yo, I got to switch it up, man. So next week, I'm going to start on this thing. Next week, I'm going to start on cucumber water. Right. Just start on. And I know I shouldn't just juice the cucumber. Right. And just drink that. Right. Because it's this recipe I'm working on. Cucumber. So it's cucumber, ginger, and lemon is what I'm trying to work on, man. I just don't like how it be super bitter. I'm trying to find a natural sweetener in it. Maybe like carrot or something. But how we feel about Yabu's screen setting? Hey, that's a great question. That's a great question, right? Here's my thing. Here's my thing with his screen setting, right? His screen setting is only as good as his getting into offensive position after he sets the screen, right? Miguel P says you can use maple syrup. I may try that. Maple syrup is expensive though, bro. So, yeah. Tori B says, nah, just leave the cucumber in water for a few hours. That's all you. I might try that because I got this. I have this Busta Rhymes belly. Like I've been trying to get. I have this Busta Rhymes belly I've been trying to get rid of for months. I got this Busta Rhymes belly, man. I've been trying to get rid of it for months, man. Legit, I've been trying to walk it off, run it off, and it just it's like stuck, man. And I told Mo, if it start jiggling, I'm gonna just go get surgery or something. Yo, oh my gosh. Yeah, man. So Miguel P says lemon, ginger, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup. Hey man, I might try it. I might try it. So all right. So Sar says he's been getting into position, just not knocking down the three yet. I don't know. I'm gonna disagree with you on that. I think he is slow out of the screen. I think he's slow out of the screen, and I don't think he's got a plan. He's quick into his shooting motion for three, but he's slow out of the screen. I don't think he knows where he's going, right? And I'm not saying he's a dummy. What I'm saying is he's new to this team, and they just have to develop chemistry. You feel me? Like he's slow out of the screen because he don't know where to go because he had played with Brunson in them. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of opening up for his shot, he's good at that because you don't need to know where Brunson is when you open up for your shot. You can just go to the closest open spot. I like his screen setting, man, because it's sturdy, but he doesn't explode out of the screen and get open anywhere. Right. Honestly, I think it's part, now that I think about it, I think it might be part not playing with the guys and part not being in shape. And I know all y'all got six packs and abs out there. Don't judge me, man. I keep it a stack. I'm one of them people, man. I don't really hide stuff from nobody like that, man. I'm just keep it a stack. I am who I am, man. People that like me. People that don't are not gonna like me regardless. So I just be real with it. I hope that don't scare y'all off either. I hope y'all that don't scare nobody off or whatever. If you're new here, don't let me scare you off with stuff. I keep it a stack, man. I'm gonna just be myself and I'm gonna treat others with respect. I'm gonna be a straight shooter. And so when I say it, just take it verbatim. Don't take it with malice. Just keep it a stack. You say he looked starstruck in the garden? No. I know what you mean. I see it. I see it. You think it's that? It may be that. I didn't consider that. That's something for me to think about, though. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, because that is something to think about. Yeah. Cat yelling at him to get on the floor when but yeah. Cat is high strung. Let me just put it that way. Cat is very high strung. And for the people that are new here, I was a Randall fan. I was really tight with Randall, man. I loved Julius Randle. And whether he was the perfect fit or not, that was my man's, right? And then when he got traded to Minnesota, it just took me a while to kind of get used to Dante, who was also my man's, not being here, right? Like when Dante wasn't here, I was like, ooh, I'm not used to this. So what does that mean for Cat, right? That means I just got to get used to Karl-Anthony Towns. That's all it means. One of the things I noticed is that Deuce McBride is not a high risk passer. If it's not a high percentage, if it's not a 100% pass, Deuce ain't throwing it. And so while sometimes he's going to miss people that he knows are open, he's not going to turn the ball over. And as a basketball fan, I can appreciate that. At least if I know you're a conservative passer, I know you're not missing people. You're just risk averse. And I can appreciate that from Deuce. What I also noticed tonight is that Deuce McBride was extra pesky on defense. Extra pesky on defense. Is there a Deuce Hive in the building? Salute. If you're a Deuce Hive, say something, man. Any Deuce Hive in the building? Where my Deuce people at? All-Star Sports in the building. Salute. Okay, I see y'all. All right. Tori B keeps saying she the president. Yo, how you gonna be the president of 3 hives? Yeah, I saw. President, you saw him? Yeah. Yo, you saw him? Yo, Deuce was like, Deuce off the top rope. I mean, Deuce, what you doing out here, bro? Deuce, what you doing out here, bro? Deuce off the top rope. All-Star Sports in the building. Salute. Tori B says she great at multitasking. Hey, I'm not. I ain't gonna lie. I am. What do you call the people that get distracted easily? Like they could do one task, but if you distract with something else, they totally get off course. That's me. I am not good at multitasking at all. If I get off track, I don't get off track. I get derailed. I don't get off track. I get derailed. That's me, right? Miguel P says, ADD. That's hilarious. And Saw says, Deuce work on a mid-range float instead of that high arc mid-range. And he's even more dangerous. Right. This is my thing is with Deuce is this. My thing is with Deuce versus other NBA players is this. I think Deuce is probably in the top 90 percentile in athletic ability. He just don't show it. Like he played to me, Deuce plays too under control. Like he plays too under control. Like you can tell he's athletic, but how often do you see, Chad, think about this. When you're athletic like Deuce, shouldn't you be seeing 7 to 10 athletic plays a game? But Deuce is athletic, but he plays under control. And it's not a knock. I'm not knocking Deuce. What I'm saying is I think you can unlock his potential if he doesn't play as measured as he does. Like if Deuce added a floater that he can hit off either foot, right? Or layup package with a little hesitation, a little jerk in it. You know what I'm saying? A little jerk in his goal, like to get guys off balance. You don't have to get the ball way out here. All you need to do is a little, because these guys are so athletic, they're coil springs. So all it takes is like one little move to get them out of here. How did y'all like Jalen Brunson's commanding off the ball? Yeah. I see your point here. I see your point here. I see your point. But would you rather have 5 years of amazing Derrick Rose and 10 years of after injury Derrick Rose? Or would you rather have 15 years of Deuce? DSJ is in the building. Salute. David Smith in the building says Brunson played very well tonight with his 9 assists, shot less, and played like a real point guard. Okay. Simply the Intellect is in the building. Yo. Gee, I went to the council meeting tonight. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's why your man's is tired, man. So I legit got up like 6 o'clock this morning. Did the little exercise stuff. Got on the phones like 7. Worked all the way through about 5:30. Worked on some prep. worked on some prep. Went to the council meeting. Came back here. the game, got ready for the game, got back here about 20 minutes before the game, watched the game and stuff, then went in the room, tried to figure out what I was going to talk about tonight, and bam. So am I impressed with Cat? Yes. Is this what I expected from Cat? Man, I sent it to you in a text. What did I send you in a text? 35 and 15? Hey, y'all, I texted simply the intellect. I think I texted you 35 and 15 or something, or 30 and 15 or something. Which, that's not a hard prediction. What did we send? No, that wasn't you. That may have been someone else. That may have been someone else, G. My bad. I think that might have been Todd Barbie. I sent that too. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, how about them? So the offense looked fairly decent tonight. The defense looked great. I know the Wizards got some shots off. They got some shots off. Most NBA teams are going to give up buckets, right? But the Wizards shot 47% from the floor. They played everybody on their roster. They shot 37% from three. They only took 81 shots, though. So they took 81 shots, and the Knicks took 94 shots. Nick Yak in the building says, Yabu bringing nothing is something to talk about. I would try a kid now. He eventually going to cost us a few games. Ooh. Let me think about this. Is because when I saw it, I was like, okay, because I thought you were gonna like say something like give him some time. But is this a negative comment from Nick Yak? Is this a negative comment from Nick Yak? Mr. Name on the front of the jersey? Wow. I'm eager to see where you're disappointed. I'm eager. I'm gonna definitely monitor Nick Yak for about a week or so to see where he's at with Yabusele. Because is this not negative, but is this not a positive feedback for a Knicks player from Nick Yak? Wow. DSJ says, I told y'all I didn't want Yabusele. Yeah. Hey, man, Chris Boucher wanted $9 million, and the Knicks didn't have it. So I don't know what he signed for, but the rumor was he wanted $9 million. So yeah. Nick, hey, you know what? Nicky, I think I agree with you on this. I like big centers. I would play. Oh, no, I like big centers. I don't think I would play Hukporti yet in those Yabusele minutes. But my guy Hukporti looked different tonight. Wow, still said that man signed for $3 million with Boston. Wow. Yo, hey, Prezi says for $1 million and a family-sized bag of Lays. Well, what kind of Lays were they? Because if they was barbecue, bro, Or if they that dill pickle, the dill pickle lays, bro. Man, listen. Them dill pickle lays. Man, bro. Yeah, I might call out sick for some dill pickle lays, bro. My guy Hukporti though, and I see y'all comment about him being iced up and stuff. Hukporti, listen. Hukporti, listen, bro. Nah. Hukporti, you got the bro. I can't, bro. The Hukporti, you can't just be out there running back and forth rim to rim. You got to do something. You got to carve out something. You have to be known for something, right? You have to be great at something, right? There are no jack of all no Swiss Army knives at center. There's no such thing as a Swiss Army knife at center. At center, you got to be a shot blocker or a rebounder or a rim protector or a three-point shooter or a screener. You can't go out there and be none of those. You got this at least as a base, start with one of those, right? And then build your game around that. Right. Yep. Right. Like you can't just be out there running back and forth and every time we see you getting up off the floor. Nah, we can't have that. And this is not me being negative. This is just me being like saying, like with Hukporti, bro, you got to give us something, dog. You got to give us something. You got to give us something that we could depend on. Like when you come in the game, we got to know, okay, rim protection is up. Or when he entered the game, you're like, oh, we getting all the boards. Right? Or like he come in the game, like, oh, he coming in to stretch the floor. But when Hukporti enters the game, we don't know what he coming in to do. He like, what's my guy that used to wave the towel for the Chicago Bulls? Yeah, I remember every time Mike used to dunk, the dude just stand up and wave the towel. The dark hair dude, Jack something. Yeah, I feel you. Now, here's the thing, though, Nick, we do understand he's young. Like, remember, he's only a few months older than Dadier and well, no, he's a few months older than Mo Diawara. He's not in that group with Kolek and McCullough. He's in that group with Dadier and Diawara and James Nagy and Dink Pate. You know, he didn't play 5 years of college and all that stuff and needs to develop. He's young. He's young. Like he might be 22 right now. He may be 22 right now. Let me see. I'll find out if he's 22 or not. Oh, he's 23 right now. He is. Oh, he'll be 24 in April. He old. My bad, y'all. My bad. This dude he'll be 24 in April. He's old. I thought he was like 21. My bad for the misinformation, y'all. My bad for the misinformation. I thought he was younger than that. Hukporti will be 24 in April. He only 2 years younger than Deuce. Matter of fact, Deuce just turned 25 in September, and my guy will be 24 in whatever. Right. Okay. Duly noted. All right. So off of that stuff, I'm not really feeling the critique stuff. Man, Jordan Clarkson's shot is coming along, which is impressing me. Tonight, Jordan Clarkson was 5 of 8. He shot 63% from the floor, 2 of 5 from 3. He shot 40% from the free throw line. He made all 3 of his free throws. He had 2 assists. He had 15 points, 2 assists, and 21 minutes. And the game before that, he was 6 of 11, 55% from the floor, 36%. 50% from 3, had 2 assists in 18 minutes, and had 15 points. So for November, he's shooting 55% from the floor, 50% from 3. In October, he was shooting 32% from the floor, 30% from 3, averaging about 7 points a game. So clearly it looks like he's turned the corner somewhere. He's turned some type of corner. And it may be because, and I don't want to say it like this, and it may be because of this. It may be because Mike Brown shortened the rotation. Guys play longer together and get in a rhythm longer. Guys played longer together the past few nights. Mike Brown's playing guys like 9 guys. So they kind of get in a flow with each other. And that's one of the things, Nick Yak, that's one of the things that we didn't talk about during the offseason. During the offseason, we didn't talk about how when you play an expanded rotation, guys don't really get a chance to get into the flow with each other and learn each other. You know what I'm saying? They don't get to develop certain units because when you play 10 and a half, 11 guys, you're constantly subbing guys in and out. I think I'm split on you with this one. I don't think his screens are good. Let me describe it in a way that makes sense in my mind. I think the fundamental screen set itself is good. I don't think it opens anything up for anybody, though. Like, he sets the screen, but what does it do for the offense? But the part you said about the effort, absolutely 100%. Non-stop motor. Non-stop. I heard somebody else say that too, that his screen setting is good. I don't agree. And it's not because I'm trying to be disagreeable. I just don't see where, like with Yabusele, when Yabusele sets a screen, he knows he can at least get one thing out of that screen. When Yabusele sets a screen, it'll at least open it up to him getting a 3-point look or space to floor. Whereas when Yabusele sets the screen, after the screen is set, after the screen is used, it's expired. Like you don't get an excellent rim run out of it, or you don't get a 3-point look out of it. or you don't get a advantage by the ball handler out of the screen being set. Like the pick and roll ball handler doesn't get a free run to the rim, right? And so I agree, the fundamental part of it, yes. The advantage that's gained, I just don't see it. And it's not me being nitpicky. It's just me. Why are you setting the screen if you don't get anything out of it? All you're doing is bringing a defender to the ball. And I know that's me being nitpicky about the fundamentals of basketball. And I'm not trying to be a basketball snob. I'm just saying, if you set a screen and don't get anything out of it, what's the point in setting the screen? At least my guy Yabusele, when he sets the screen. Look, I'll give you an example. Mitchell Robinson sets okay screens, right? But out of his screens, he gets all the offensive effect out of it, right? For one, the ball handler is going to gain advantage after Mitch's screen. Two, after Mitch explodes out of the screen, when he explodes out of the screen, right? Because sometimes he'll loaf out of the screen and it just make you want to just shake your fist at him, like. But most of the time when he explodes out of the screen, Mitchell Robinson is wide open. When Mitchell Robinson sets a screen and explodes out the screen, those first two steps out of the screen, Mitch is 100% always open out of that explosion out of the screen, right? Right. So Mitch can explode out of that, and that first 1 to 2 steps out of that, if we valued roll man dunks, Mitchell Robinson would get 2 or 3 of those type dunks every game. I'm not saying that'll be all the offense he gives you. What I'm saying is, like with Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton was a mediocre screen setter, but he would explode out of the screen and Chris Paul would dime him up. And I know Jalen Brunson's not Chris Paul. When it's all said and done, Jalen Brunson may wind up Jalen Brunson may have a better overall career than Chris Paul. He may, right? Jalen Brunson's got at least 5 more years of all-star level basketball. I'm talking about after this one. So 6 years. Jalen Brunson's got 6 more years of 30 points a game, 7 assists, right? So at the end of Brunson's career, he may be comparable to Chris Paul, right? But if we're just talking about the explosion out of the screen, those first 2 steps before the defense reacts to what happened in the screen and roll, Mitch is always open. Mitch is always open. If that was Blake Griffin or Dwight Howard or DeAndre Jordan or Tyson Chandler, they'd be forcing that ball in there to Mitch. And so that's what I'm saying about Yabusele. Like when Yabusele sets the screen, he's a better screen setter than Mitch. But what does he get out of it though? Nothing. And here's the thing with Yabusele. With Hukporti, it's not like he's not playing with the floor general. Because if you get open, Tyler Kolek will find you. And so this is my issue with Hukporti. It's not that I don't think he's going to be great. I think he has a lot more to learn, right? He's got a lot more to learn, right? We just need to give him time. But the thing is when you look at Hukporti, and he's going to be turning 20, he'll be 24 when the playoffs start. We got to speed this thing up. We got to speed this thing up, Hukporti. I mean, you're 3.5 years. How old is Mitch? I think Mitch is only 3 years older than this guy. Mitch is only 3 years older than Hukporti. And I know that's not fair, man. I don't want to compare him to Mitch like that. Yeah, Mitch is 27 and he'll be 28. Okay, so he's 4 years. So yeah, so Mitch is Mitch is 4 years older than Hukporti. So yeah. 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 Nick, what I will say to you though about Hukporti, at this age, when we had Hartenstein, at this age, because Hartenstein was about around this age when we got him. Hartenstein showed you that he had excellent hands, that he had a high basketball IQ, right? That he can make every pass imaginable. Like he could throw the lob with touch. He can kick out to the corners. He can anticipate the backdoor cut, right? He can back up and squat dribble and, keep the ball alive until a guard comes to get it. He could take his man off the dribble, limited ability to take his man off the dribble. And so when I look at Hukporti, I think, he needs time, but at the same time, you got to hurry up, man, and do something. One of the things I do want to say about yeah, you remember that? Oh, All-Star Sports, thank you for that. And you remember that floater with either hand from Hartenstein? When he catch it in the pinch post, you had to come up and play him. Because if you sagged back trying to play the passing lane, he would throw that floater in your face. I think he had like a 20 and 15 game against Jokic. But one of the things I wanted to say, though, just real quick before we get out of here is Mike Brown is instituting some things on offense that I like. And one of the things I will say this, I said this on Queen's show back during the summertime. I told BK Steph that I think the Knicks can be a top 3 defense and a top 5 offense. Right? I think the pieces are there for us to have a top 3 defense and a top 5 offense. The only thing about it is we'll get there differently than what people anticipate. Right? People that know basketball, people that know basketball try to tell me that your defense starts with rim protection. And I'm telling them that your defense starts with the point of attack. And I'm telling y'all, as somebody that knows basketball, but that listens to the chat, I'm telling y'all, like, I know basketball because I study it. Like when I go in here to the room or whatever, I'm gonna turn on like basketball tape. I'm gonna turn on basketball. I'm gonna go on YouTube and turn on basketball stuff and let it play while I'm getting ready to go to bed. Right? Yo, Queen be Dope Soul in the building. Dope Soul, Dope Soul, Dope Soul. Yeah, I didn't know that was me singing, right? Yeah, I didn't know that was me singing on Queen intro. No, they be singing, man. I'll mess around. But I think that the potential for the great defense is there because we're switching up the point of attack. You saw it tonight. What happened is while the teams shot a decent NBA percentage from the floor, they didn't get up many shots. I think they got up like 81 shots. And we we got up like 90-something shots. So basically, we were taking away their first and second look, right? Taking away their first and second look and forcing them to get into other areas of their offense that most teams don't generally get into on a nightly basis. Right? And I'm not saying stymieing the point guard. What I mean is the actions that come from whoever's initiating your offense. Right? Like their point guard may score, their wing players may score, but they're not going to score on those first, second, third, fourth looks. They're going to have to cycle through and move that ball in order to get a shot up against us. And what that does is it milks the clock on their end. We make them miss. We get the rebound. We get out and run. We get more shots up. And so what I'll tell you, tell the chat, I'll tell the chat this. Chat, have this be a feather in your cap. The Knicks may finish with a top 5 defense. Maybe I overspoke about top 3 because that's really aggressive. But the defense is going to be a lot better than what we think it is. Fritz Alcindor is in the building. And if that 3 ball comes along for the Knicks, this offense is going to explode. Like if the Knicks shoot somewhere around 38.5, 39% from 3, I think the Knicks could have 3 20-point per game scorers. And if they don't, they could have 4 people average in the teens. Maybe even 5. Right? So if Cat and Brunson average in the 20s, OG, Bridges, Deuce, Clarkson. Let me see. OG, Bridges, Deuce, Clarkson. There was someone else I thought had potential to score. Hold on, y'all. I'll find it. OG, Bridges, Deuce, Clarkson. However we get there, I'm saying the Knicks could have 7 people average, and we could have 8 people average in double digits. Right? It could be Josh, and maybe Shamet. It's gonna be crazy. The points are gonna be there. Basically, the points are gonna be there. The Knicks played a great game tonight. Mike Brown did good. The substitutions were predictable and unpredictable at the same time, which is good. It was kind of predictable to us and unpredictable to the opponent, which is good. And if they keep on at this pace, I think we'll hit that groove, right? So we have the Timberwolves on Wednesday without Anthony Edwards. And while we won't take any team for granted, if we can defend the home floor against Minnesota and Brooklyn, then that means the Knicks would have 2 more wins. So they'd be 6-3 going into this stretch with Miami. And I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, everybody, for coming through, rocking. I'm going to try to get out here and get some sleep. And if you're new here, if you're watching this, subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Come back next time. When weeknights at 11-ish. Peace, everybody.